My M38 wife, F34, cheated on me with the man who groomed her. How do I forgive her? Sorry this is going to be so long, I just want to get as many details in as possible for some real advice. A little backstory, my wife had a significant handful of traumas as a kid. Her dad was physically and verbally abusive and almost killed her mom in front of her. She was left to raise herself and her younger brother because her mom was an alcoholic. She had undiagnosed bipolar disorder starting at 13, was raped at 14, and got pregnant and had an abortion at 16. After that she kinda spiraled and was drinking a lot and sleeping around a lot. That's when she met the man we'll call John. He was 30 when she was 16. He introduced her to his fucked up version of BDSM, which was basically just beating her whenever he felt like it. She thought she was in love with him and followed him blindly for years. I guess he did help her to quit drinking and graduate HS, but I'm assuming it was through fear. She hasn't shared how he helped. It took her going to therapy when she was 23 for her trauma with her dad to realize John was a groomer, and another year or two until she finally cut him off completely. We met when she was 26, married 2 years later. We bought a house right away and have 2 kids, M4 and F2. She had shared some about a relationship with John before we got married. But more has come up this month that I didn't know after she asked me to go to therapy with her so she could tell me she cheated on me with John. Therapy now started maybe 8 months ago because she's had bad PPD since F2 was born. So the story is she ran into him while grabbing drinks at a bar with a friend. They didn't hook up then, but started talking occasionally. A couple weeks later they met up for drinks at this catch-all spot, for lack of a better term, in a downtown area where my wife usually goes to small concerts. It's a parking structure, concert hall, restaurant, bar, hotel kind of deal. Had a couple drinks, he invited her up to his room, and you can fill in the rest. This happened in February. She told her therapist after it happened and they've been working on cutting whatever emotional ties she has left. He's blocked now, but she saved all their messages at her therapist's suggestion. She did a full STD panel last month and came back clean. She's taken all the right steps. I read all the messages even though I didn't want to. Got tested myself even though she was fine. She offered to set up some family tracking app thing so I know where she is, but I feel like if I need that then my marriage is over. I've been involved with her therapy twice now. But I feel broken. I admit I've gotten snippy with her, but instead of calling me out like she normally would, she just apologizes. It feels like she thinks twice about everything she says now. We don't joke with each other. Caring for the kids as partners feels mechanical. Is this how life will be now if we stay together? I don't want to break up our family. Is it possible to forgive someone for cheating? Do I need to be more understanding because of the previous relationship, or should I be more worried about the future? I also have the start of a plan moving forward for myself, beginning with finding a therapist. Possibly a lawyer. I may post an update in the future, but due to some of the trash that found its way into my messages, that's not very likely. Comments: grooming is really weird. I was groomed and raped by my high school teacher, and it's been very difficult for me to get over that. I saw him from a distance 10 years later, and it was like I was instantly back in high school emotionally. I felt scared and small and almost had a panic attack. I think your body and mind automatically fall into old patterns when you meet groomer again. That being said, you still have some amount of control. For example, I was able to stop myself from having a panic attack and was able to continue with my day. Your wife still was in a really difficult situation, but she still made a choice.